Hello everybody, welcome back to Miss B's Plan B. It's lovely to see you. I hope that you're well. I'm wondering if looking around you can guess what we're going to be learning about today. There are some very big clues. Any ideas? Shout it out, I can hear you. Yep, you're right if you said birds. We're going to be entering the wonderful world of birds today and learning a little bit more about them. And the brilliant thing about this activity is, to begin with, you could do it at home from your window, or you could, while you're out doing your daily exercise, actually do it when you're in the park or in a woodland if there's one nearby, and I hope you really enjoy it. So what we're going to do is we're going to think about how we can actually learn to identify birds by how they sound. Now I have to say that takes a lot of practice, so I don't want you to worry about it, but what we're going to start with today is just listening to birdsong and enjoying it, because the brilliant thing is it's actually really relaxing and can calm us down. What we're going to start by doing is practicing slowing down our breathing so that we can really focus on what's happening around us. So we're going to practice this indoors, and then when you've got the hang of it, I want you to go outside and practice listening really carefully. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by taking 2 breaths in through your nose and then a big breath out through your mouth, okay? And try and double the breath. So if we're breathing in through our nose for 2, if we double 2, we're going to try and breathe out for 4, count to 4. Okay, so I'll show you. So you're going to go. And I should be able to hear you breathing in through your nose for 2, and you can make a sound on the exhale as you breathe out, and you want to try and empty your lungs of all that stale air in there and breathe out really deeply. And if we carry on doing that, we should really relax, and that will help us to calm down, which is brilliant as we live in such a busy world. So my challenge is going to be, I'm going to time you for 1 minute. And during that time, I'm going to play some lovely bird song to you. And I just want you to take big, deep breaths, okay, in and out, and just really relax and listen to the bird song. You might find that closing your eyes actually helps you to listen better. I find that when I close my eyes, it really helps me to tune into my hearing, and it's amazing what else you can hear. So I'm going to time you for 1 minute. Listen to the lovely bird song as you take those deep breaths and really relax. So you're sitting comfortably. That's really important too. Ready? Here we go. Open your eyes now, and now just carry on breathing normally, and just think about, first of all, what you heard whilst we were really focusing on listening, and also how much calmer we feel after just slowing down and stopping rushing around. I know I feel really good for that. Now, what we're going to think about next is how we actually identify birds. I wonder if you can think of any ways we can work out what the name of a bird is. Anything you, for example, look at that gives you a clue. For example, do you know any birds that have a red chest, a red breast? I wonder, can you name one? Shout it out if you know. Well done, a robin. So by looking at the colour of feathers, that can help you name a bird. Also things like the size of birds. Some birds are very big, some birds are very small. Also things like the beak. Birds have different coloured beaks, they make different songs, they lay different coloured eggs and different size eggs. So there are lots and lots of different things we can learn about to help us identify birds. And what we're going to do next is I have actually written a little poem for you all about birds, just to get you thinking about different types of birds. And what I'd like you to do is, for this poem, I'd like you to do some actions to get you moving around as I describe different birds. So this is my poem. I'm going to teach it to you so you can join in the second time round, and you're going to join in with the action. So first of all, we've got tall birds. When I say tall birds, I want you to stretch up really high. Tall birds, show me tall birds. And we're going to do opposites. So the opposite of tall is short. Excellent. So short birds go really down low. Then we're going to say loud birds, and I want you to go loud birds, really loud. Excellent, because you'll hear some birds really squawk or whistle loudly. And then we're going to go quiet birds. Can you do that to go quiet birds? Then we're going to do fluffy birds. Some birds are really cute and fluffy. And we're going to do sleek birds. If you look at some birds, they are very smooth and their feathers look very shiny and sleek. Then we're going to do colourful birds, and you can point at something around you that's very colourful. Like my macaw back there, it's got lots of different colours on it. And the opposite of colourful, we can have plain birds, something like maybe a crow, which is just mainly all one colour. And then my poem ends by going, what bird would you like to be? Here we go. Let's put the poem all together. Ready? Tall birds, short birds, loud birds, quiet birds, fluffy birds, sleek birds, colourful birds, plain birds. What bird would you like to be? I hope you enjoyed that poem, especially for you, and you can play that back again and learn it yourself. So that brings us on to today's activity, thinking about different types of birds and what maybe is your favourite bird. What we're going to do is we're going to have a go at making our own bird and just paying a little bit more attention to how different birds look. And what I'd like you to do is you can choose, depending on what you've got at home. Some of you might have paints, some of you might have colour card or feathers, some of you might have pencils or crayons. Depending what you've got, I would like you to make some birds of your own. So I'm going to show you some examples of what I've done here. So here is a lovely example how you can do a handprint bird. So all you need to do is paint your hand first of all. So for this you will need to be careful. You'll want to be wearing an apron and have your sleeves rolled up, and check with a grown-up first. So you can paint your hand first of all, push it down firmly onto the paper and then lift it up. And then you'll find that you get a feathered effect as you lift up your hand. Then when you've left that to dry, you can then add the eye, the beak and the claws. You might think, oh actually I haven't got paint, or I don't want to get all mucky. In that case, you've got a couple of options. You could either actually draw around your own hand onto coloured card, or you could draw around it onto just plain paper and add your own feathers using colour or feathers or sticking things on as a beautiful collage. So that's one idea you might like to do. Another idea that's lots of fun is when you look at birds, you notice that they are symmetrical usually. So that means if you imagine a mirror was put exactly in the middle of them, they look the same on both sides. So what you could do is this time, again, this is using paint, we folded the page in half, and to begin with, we just painted one side of the bird. So we did half a head, half a wing, and half the tail feathers. Okay, and we added some colours, and you do need quite a lot of paint for this, because otherwise when you fold it over the paint won't transfer. And then all you do is you fold it over and give it a big press like that, and open it up carefully, and then you get the shape copied onto the other side, so it's symmetrical, the same on both sides, and you've got a lovely bird. And again, when that dries, you can add some eyes and a beak, and you might even want to cut that out and hang it. Okay, Okay, so there's another idea of how you could make a lovely bird. Also this week you might like to have a look either online, and I will put the link in the description to the RSPB website, which is a fantastic website which teaches you how to identify lots of birds that live in this country. You might even find, I know, I was looking on my bookshelf and I found a couple of books. This one I've actually had a very long time. This is the one I used to have when I was little, and I used to love flicking through the pages and learning about different birds. Or wildlife books also have usually sections about birds. So there are other things you might like to do to learn more about birds. And the more you learn, the more when you go out you will actually appreciate what birds are around you. And it's fascinating, if you go to different places you see different birds. For example, a lot of these birds here, okay, probably most of us have never seen, unless, for example, this is a laughing kookaburra, so unless you've been to Australia you're unlikely to have seen one. And this here, we've got a macaw and a toucan, so unless we've been like to the Amazon rainforest, again, we may never have seen them. So you get different birds in different places. So I would love to find out what birds live in your local area. And just to end with, I thought we'd end with a song, because I know you do love to sing, and we're going to sing one of my favourites. Okay, it's based on sleeping bunnies, because I know everybody knows that, but we're going to change the words slightly and say sleepy birdies. Okay, so we're going to sing, see the little birdies sleeping till it's nearly noon, shall we wake them with a merry tune? Why so still? Are they ill? Wake up soon. So during that bit you can be really quiet, pretending to be a baby bird in its nest sleeping, and then when the bird wakes up you're going to jump up and down and get ready and flap. Okay, and then to get a bit of exercise into our day, I'm going to do a little tune where you can just dance around and you can join in, and we'll sing it twice through so you get the hang of it. Here we go. So really quiet, pretending to be a baby bird in your nest. See the little birdie sleeping till it's nearly noon. Shall we wake them with a merry tune? Oh, so still are they ill? Wake up soon. Wake up, little birdies. Flap, little birdies, flap, flap, flap. Flap, little birdies, flap, flap, flap. Flap, little birdies, flap, flap, flap. Flap, little birdies, flap, and dance. La 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 la. One more time, ready? Go back to sleep, birdies. See the little birdies sleeping till it's nearly noon. Shall we wake them with a merry tune? Oh, so still are they ill? Wake up soon. Wake up, little birdies. Flap, little birdies, flap, flap, flap. Flap, little birdies, flap, flap, flap. Flap, little birdies, flap, flap, flap. Flap, little birdies, and dance. La 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 la. Oh, fantastic! Oh, thank you for joining me today. That was wonderful singing. I hope you had lots of fun learning a bit about birds, and I hope that has started an interest for you, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. So that's all from me. Goodbye.